No. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. This is episode 9. Today is October 13th. It is a Tuesday. I'm joined with Mark Rowe, he's in Okinawa, and Jed Barnes in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm in Germany for now. Soon I'll be moving to Denver, and I'm super excited about it. So boys, how you
Nice.
been?
Same old. Tired and
Today
tired.
was pretty exciting for me.
What happened?
Bees at work. So, I'm so lucky I didn't get fucked up by these bees. But so today we're like trimming all these like really ornate bushes and shit at work. It's like I don't know, like some of them kind of like look really pretty, like an animal or something like that, and then other ones are just nice flat, and then have like a big old thing of like flowers in the middle. And that was the one we were like cutting on today, me and my coworker. Shout out Yamashiro-san. Yamashiro-san got effed up by a whole bunch of bees today. Um, so we're like cutting this bush up and all this shit, right? And oh my god, I don't know how we didn't see it beforehand, but there is ridiculous amounts of bees inside this bush, and he just like hits the wrong thing, and he's covered in fucking bees.
Oh.
And he's screaming bees, like in Japanese, obviously, hachi hachi hachi. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like throwing his hands up, he's running around, he's like trying to get the fuck away from him. Oh my god, I was like, this is ridiculous.
Did
All
you
I
know
could
what
think
the
of
word bees was?
yeah, I know what
So
that
you
word
knew?
bees is.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And they're not even like honeybees. They're like those kind of like just stinging bees. They don't die if they sting you at all. So
like
they're terrible.
hornets?
Yeah, but they live like more in a group and they're smaller. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know, but if that had been me, I would have been dead before I said anything.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, like all I could think of was like Chris Farley met like at the time, like, oh bees, they're ripping my flesh. I was like stepping
Tommy
back,
boy.
like fuck this shit. Oh my god. So,
Out there.
dude, it was terrible. He's like cooling off, like trying to get away or whatever. He gets away eventually, and he's got his shirt wrapped around his head. And he's like stung all up. He's like, oh my god, like, oh my god, this is so bad. His hand was swelling up, like he couldn't make a fist anymore. His hand was so swollen from getting stung so many times. It's like his whole forearm. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. At the end of work, I bought him some beers, like, because we stopped at the same convenience store on the way home. I'm like, dude, here's some beers. Like, you need to chill out at home. Like after all this shit, that was terrible. Oh, but we go to town on these bees. Like me, him. Well, he had one hand, but I had two hands of like bee spray, and we're just spraying this whole bush. The whole area smelled like dead bees. It's fucking crazy.
What
Oh
does
my
the
god,
dead
it
bee
was so
smell
bad.
like?
It smells like deep woods off.
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's
Yeah.
what you used, huh?
Yeah.
It was off.
No, it's some Japanese company that like you have to shoot the bee hive, like the little hive or whatever, and then the bees will go away from it, and then they can't fly for a while. So then you throw away the hive because you can't like really kill them, technically, like legally, I think.
Yeah.
Huh. I
I
didn't know that there was bees that like if they stung or like if they released their stinger that they wouldn't die. I thought like that was like a given. Like if they released their stinger, knew like that was their final battle, like they're dead.
Well, that's
But
the thing.
apparently that's
Ah,
not the
Bees
case.
don't release their stinger. Certain
Yeah,
breeds don't have the detachable stinger.
yeah, that's the one we were dealing with today. The ones that
Hmm.
don't release the stinger, so they were just stinging this. They're stinging this guy without mercy so many times.
Damn.
Yeah, like
Hero
wasps,
of
for instance, they can just retract it and they'll just keep fucking hitting you. Same thing with hornets, but like yeah, there are certain bees that can just keep hitting you, no remorse.
No.
These are
Damn.
aggressive bees, but God, they were bad. I mean, It's no murder hornet or anything, but it's bad, you know.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about the murder hornet thing is coming back? I think everybody's like 2020 is crazy enough. We don't even care anymore, but
Right.
I don't know. It came and went, right? Like I heard
yeah.
something about it. They were like, "Oh, 2020, like, no, there's murder hornets," and then like I didn't. I heard it. I heard that for like a week, and then like it just went away. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently, no one gave a fuck.
Mhm.
Probably something bigger
You don't hear
happened.
about them killing people.
What I heard now is like in America they're dealing with them like they were in their hibernation stage, I guess, or something like that, or they were just building up numbers. I don't know if there's a big old plan of murder bees, or murder hornets, but now they're in their murder phase. I was like, what in the world? Yeah, that's the article I read the other day. I was like, oh god.
What did they mainly go for their prey? Like,
Bees and smaller bugs and stuff.
okay.
Yeah, they just
I
like rip
guess
the heads
we
off,
should-
eat them, steal all the bees' honey, and eat their young.
So I guess we should protect the bees, yeah?
I mean,
Apparently
yeah,
that's
they
like
are.
the thing to do.
They are protected under federal law. Like it's essentially so, according to like Illinois, I mean not Illinois, but like American laws, technically killing a honeybee is equal to killing a bald eagle, technically speaking.
Jesus.
Is that per
It's an
state?
endangered animal. No, that's like federal.
Really?
It's like because it's an endangered animal, an endangered species, so it's protected. It's a protected species. So yeah, that's why if you have bees on your property, you are strongly encouraged to call a beekeeper or pest control, because if you just kill those bees, you can be severely fined.
I wonder if there's like an incentive to do it, like tax incentive. Like if I have a bee thing in my backyard and I take care of it and I keep like my receipts and shit, should I be able to like write it off on my taxes? So
If
it's like a
you
tax
take it
credit.
away, if you like have somebody come and take it for you.
No. If you were
No,
a beekeeper,
I take care of it.
it's the same.
Like if I am my own little certified beekeeper, I got my own little thing going in my backyard. Should I be able to like be like, hey government, I worked real hard this year, and I also worked real hard to save the bees. Check it out. And then you just show them your stats, your numbers, and they'd be like,
Maybe.
oh, okay.
I
I doubt they
should,
give a fuck. I doubt they
Yeah.
would give a fuck though. Like they'd be like, all right, cool.
I should look into that. 'Cause my
There's no
dad's
tax
actually a
code for that.
beekeeper,
Sorry.
So I'll definitely be looking into that. So that's an interesting idea.
He should start it, man. He should like
Yeah.
write his governor, his legislation. Just be like, hey,
Yeah.
let's
All I
put
know
this in
is-
action. If you want to save the bees, let's do
Yeah.
it.
All I know is I was like a sophomore in high school, and I come out to the farm sometime, and Dad's like, "Hey man, I got a surprise for you. I'm a beekeeper now." And I was like, "Hey Dad, you know I'm like 17, and I've been allergic to bees for about 17 years."
He's like, fuck it. I gotta show you. Come here.
He's like, "Nah, no, you're not. You're fine. You're fine." Like the third day he had those fucking bees, I was out there, and he had swapped the honeycomb out because one was producing more honeycomb, like more honey than the other one. Had to balance it out. Yeah, bees don't fucking like that shit. They were pissed off. For sure as shit.
Like, hold
One
this cigarette and blow the
Stunk
smoke
me.
at him. You'll be all right.
What do
Yeah,
you
no, I was
guys?
like 100
What do you,
yards away. Right to me. Hit me in the fucking leg. I swelled up that fucking big. It was ridiculous. He's like,
So
well, I
what do you
guess you might be a
guys-
little allergic. And I was like, fuck you. Fuck.
yeah, what are you guys allergic to?
Just bee stings.
Absolutely nothing.
Bees, and you're allergic to absolutely nothing, Mark. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of fucking weird, dude, because like I'm not allergic to shit. I mean, not technically, I guess I'm allergic to like dust mites and fucking mold, but like who the fuck isn't? Like that's not good for you. But
It's like saying I'm allergic to poison ivy. Well,
Right.
fuck.
yeah.
I'm allergic
um,
to
but, like-
poison.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
Just all that shit, right?
You know, there's like those anti-vaxxers. They're always like, yeah, that's why like kids today are allergic to everything is because these vaccines and shit is weakening our immune system and shit like that. And it's like, okay, at first I thought they were fucking whack jobs. I was like, okay, you guys are fucking stupid. But now that I'm older, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, okay, we are putting a lot of foreign substances in our bodies. Like, who's to say that that isn't hindering our ability to fight off shit like bees or like, or I guess it would. What kind of system would that be in your body? Like the allergic system? Like, I'm not sure,
Nervous,
but like
probably.
probably, right? I don't know if that would
Or
affect it. That's
endophthalmic.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not sure if that would affect it, like all the foreign, like the shit that we get given, but like they do make an argument. They're like, we never dealt, how like the old timers are always like, back in my day, no one was allergic to peanut butter. Y'all are a bunch of fucking candy asses, shit like that. Like, I mean, they do have a point because really back in the day, everyone could, they'd send their kids off to school and they'd be like, here's peanut butter, and they wouldn't have to worry about sitting next to a kid that's got peanut butter because, no one gave a fuck. Now you have to like write a slip saying like, my kid's bringing peanut butter to school on this day, so don't sit next to my kid if you're fucking allergic, whatever. It's just like, damn. Kind of makes you wonder, like, fuck. Maybe times have changed.
Or did those people exist, but we just didn't know about it because media was less a thing then?
That's true.
Maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
I wasn't
That's
alive
like,
back then.
yeah. That's a
it
good
was
point
just
to be made.
underreported or something like that. Well, at the same time, though, they found that kids they're less likely to be allergic to peanuts if the mother has some sort of peanut product whenever she's pregnant, and whenever the kid is an infant, they expose them to like all sorts of different stuff, like peanut dust even helps, things like that. They did a whole bunch of studies about that.
Is peanut dust like the powder that you get if you want to mix water with it and make peanut butter? Like, what's peanut dust?
That just like the peanut shell whenever it crumbles up and stuff like
okay.
that. Like it's pretty much everything. But, yeah.
It's the stuff that's in the bottom of the bucket at Texas Roadhouse when you've eaten all the peanuts.
Exactly.
It's essentially like when a woman's pregnant and she smokes crack and the baby comes out and is like, hey, I want some crack. Where's my crack?
Yeah, but with
like
peanut
that.
butter.
Yeah, but with peanut butter.
Exactly.
I get it. You gotta wean the kid off of peanuts with like, here's a cashew, just chill the fuck out. Like,
I guess it kind of also correlates with how much kids have with their outside, like when they're young, like how much activity they have outdoors.
Oh, yeah.
Because like kids nowadays, they just sit inside and play video games and shit. Whereas like, like our parents would always tell us like, get out in the fucking yard and play. Yeah, go outside. Like there's a fucking whole world out there.
Outside. Wait until it's dark and then you can get in. Like that's it.
Yeah. Shit.
You better be home by the time the street lights come on.
Yeah.
That's some small town shit right there now.
Yeah.
They even let kids do that anymore in small town?
I don't know.
No idea. I lived in the
I lived
country,
in a
so
small
I
town
have no
in
idea.
6 years.
Same.
I have no idea. I think we had like a one light, and it was a grain bin light. So like that's what it was for us. I didn't have a street light. So.
All right. So you want to hear some like crazy actual like super stupid shit that the world did?
No, I'm all right.
So, back in So back in 2015, this kid down in Texas, he built a clock because he wanted to be an engineer, right? So he built a clock to impress his physics teacher in a pencil case, in like a little pencil case. And he brings the clock in and he shows it to his teacher, and she looks at it and says, "Oh my God, I have to call the police. You built a bomb and you're threatening me with it." By the way, the kid's name was Ahmed Mohammed.
No.
Like yes, he's Muslim. Let's get over that fact for a second. This kid built a clock, showed it to his teacher, and the teacher had him fucking arrested.
Well, apparently it wasn't a clock.
No, that's the thing though. It was a fucking clock. It was actually a clock.
So this teacher
okay.
was thinking it's like a fucking old timey. He didn't have a big mustache. She wasn't tied to the tracks. Like he's like.
But then, just 5 years later, this 14-year-old girl, whose name is Catherine Simmons, yeah, she's very white, literally built a nuclear bomb. It's a 45 kiloton atom bomb. For her science fair, she won first prize. She won first fucking prize, and she built an atom bomb. Do you know why she built an atom bomb?
Because she was secretly working for the CIA.
No, because she wanted to
No.
show people that they're not as dangerous as people think. I'm like, it's not about like how dangerous they are sitting around. It's about what they can fucking do when they go off. Okay?
How,
Like,
how
What do you have to do to maintain that though? I know like Einstein, he like washed his hands of it after he made it. He was like, I can't believe I just made this. Like, because
Yeah, so
he helped make it, and he was like, it was like one of the biggest regrets he had ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a really intense process. It all started with like Enrique Fermi under like the grandstands of Chicago Stadium at University of Chicago, where he created the first nuclear chain reaction, where he split one, where he started the reaction, and it created a chain of events that split an atom, releasing the atomic power. So after that, it just became, what can we do that with to create the most powerful atom bomb? How much of it is ideal? How are we going to contain it while it's being shipped safely? Yeah, crazy stuff.
Wow.
So basically, she got some help from her parents, who one's like an aeronautical engineer and the other one's like a marine pilot or something. But still, this chick made an atom bomb, won first prize. Another kid, exactly her age, built a fucking clock and got arrested because people are fucking racist.
Wow. So they just.
I think that one teacher was just a fucking idiot for one.
Yeah, and also
and there was no warning. I mean, come on, the kid's building an atomic bomb or whatever. That kid's talking about it. There's a lot of preparation around that. You know, there's not just show up with a fucking atomic bomb. You know.
Mark, one time in school at the lunchroom, I asked the question, how much popcorn would you have to put in a microwave to blow it up? And I got sent to the principal's office. This chick's making an atom bomb and she's getting praise? This is bullshit.
I gave a speech in speech class about how to make a pipe bomb. I received no repercussions.
Because you're white. Because you're white and privileged.
Because I'm white. Jed's ginger, they hate him.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn, Jed, you really have turned ginger, haven't you? Like, you used to have brown hair.
It's hard to see on camera. The beard is actually more red than this, and my hair is actually less red than this, which is funny.
Huh.
Yeah, my beard's very red. My hair used to be like blonder. Now it's just kind of like a really, really light brown. I don't know. My eyebrows are darker than my hair. I don't know. People ask me if I dye something all the time. Like blonde
how
hair.
old was that? How old was that? Like kid, whatever the fuck his
Ahmed
name was.
Mohammed.
Whatever the fuck his name was. That
they
kid
were
that
both-
made the clock.
Yeah, they were both high school freshmen. They were both 14
Okay.
when they did it. He'll be 19 now, because he
Yeah.
happened back in 2015, and she just did this this year. So they were both 14 when it happened.
Okay, I was gonna say, if they were like, I wouldn't blame the teacher if the kid was like in third grade or some shit, because it sounds like something a third grader would make. Like, I want to make a clock, and then like they pull it off. But I wouldn't blame the teacher if it was a younger student, because it would be like, okay, there's no way this kid is making a fucking clock. This is something more like, who just wants to make a fucking clock? You know what I mean?
No, I think
Hey, Layne,
if he was
Layne,
younger,
can you make a
it would
clock?
be more like,
Yeah, I can make the
somebody
fucking
give this to
clock.
you?
Give me a
Like,
battery and give me a fucking. Just give me the shit. I'll make you a clock.
Oh, you want me to
You
give
know
you
what
this
to get.
stuff? You're not
You
gonna
know,
give
you-
me stuff?
You have to make it yourself, Layne.
That's
I
the
think
thing,
that's-
though.
Oh, so I gotta
You
make
gotta
a wood.
You gotta
Okay.
make a clock.
Yeah, give me the supplies. Is what I'm saying. Shit.
You gotta make the supplies.
No, you gotta make the supplies.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you a
let me go
knife
make
and you're gonna
wood.
whittle some wood.
Let me go make wood. Yeah, whittle some wood. Give me the wood. Is what I'm saying. Give
Oh,
me the
okay,
stuff
okay.
I need. Give me the
This
knife.
kid
Give me
didn't
the thing.
Okay, this kid didn't go out and hand carve a fucking ornate glockenspiel fucking clock. He took a pencil case.
Is that an
and a bunch
actual
of other-
brand?
Glockenspiel? It's those big German clocks with the cuckoo birds and the dancing people. That's called a glockenspiel.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would he
You're
make
in
that?
fucking Germany. Figure it out. Anyway, no, he took a pencil case and a bunch
Dick.
of other random shit and made a clock out of it.
Huh?
That's
Jed, you're a fucking ginger. You know that? Fuck off.
Yeah, I am.
Drink your fucking Coke.
I will.
Help my stocks. Buy some more Coke. Anyways, yeah, interesting. That's interesting. Did you guys
So-
when you were younger? Did you guys ever fiddle with anything that had screws in it? I was so mechanically I loved fucking with shit and taking shit apart.
Oh yeah.
If I had if I saw something that I could take apart that was just easy screws or if I had the tools, if I could go find the tools, I would do it. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was. I would just be yeah, I'm gonna take it apart, and then sometimes I just could not fucking put the shit back together, and I'd be like, fuck.
Yep.
I'd be fucked. What happened to the
Just-
remote? I don't know.
That's
I
too
definitely
good.
took
Buy a
apart
new
a few remotes. I think a couple box fans. I tried to take apart this little windmill music box thing my mom had. That went badly. Had some fragile
I
parts
took
that I didn't
Trying
know
to take
about.
apart this 250-year-old family heirloom.
No shit.
Couldn't
no
put it
shit.
back together. Mom was pissed.
It was pretty upsetting for her. What else did I took apart a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I took apart a fucking those ninjas. You know those kick-ass fucking
No.
they make smoothies. You can make soup with it.
Oh.
Blender. That's the word I'm
A
looking for.
blend. Oh,
Yeah.
you've been in
Wow.
Japan
Tough.
too long, dude.
Tough with words, huh?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a ninja.
I remember it was a ninja because it was the
'Cause you're in
best thing you
Japan.
could buy or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And I took that
It's in
thing
Japan.
apart and then we mounted it to a piece of wood, and then we were throwing tomatoes at it, and it would hit the blades and just go, just fly everywhere. You know, I thought it was the coolest thing.
So, no shit. A few months ago, one of my friends that grew up in Wyoming, Illinois, not too far from me, I didn't know her
Oh,
until college. Oddly enough, right? She lived in Wyoming, Illinois, and we didn't meet until college. Very strange.
Yeah, this is the Paul Carroll story person.
No, different. It's the same girl, yeah. Different
Yeah.
story. So literally,
Yeah.
All right, different
What?
story, yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying this.
Yeah.
Same girl.
So also we didn't mention his name for the record until just now. Now
Under the
we actually
comments?
called him out.
You got to read the comments, Jed. You got to read our comments on here.
He didn't comment on it from his own name. He had a different account name.
Oh,
He knows.
well,
You outed
We
him.
just-
He knows. We know, but now everybody else knows too.
Who
Congratulations.
gives a fuck?
But anyway, same
there's a
chick.
guy in Romania just this Paul Carroll guy. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck that Paul Carroll guy. You shit everybody's bathroom up. Anyway, so yeah, same girl.
Wow.
Paul-
See, I was gonna make people actually look for the story. You just told the whole fucking story and his name. Wow, Jed. I was
Whatever.
gonna make them go back and watch the videos.
Anyway, same girl. Yeah, same girl. A couple months ago, she buys a Ninja blender. Was taking it out of the fucking box. Falls, almost cuts off her fucking toe. The center stem with all the 6 blades on it, almost cut off her big toe.
It's that good of a blender, guys.
It's they're fucking sharp blades, man.
Want a toe? I'll get you a toe. Hell, I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon.
I'll take it.
You
I'll
get
take
your
it
whole
though.
foot.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm sure I can find something to do with a toe by the time I go to work.
That was a big
Legit,
bastard.
I know.
Legit though, my old man would be like that. He'd be like, "What do you need, man? I can get it."
You want
I-
a fucking
I
toe?
get
I'll
it.
get you a toe.
Like, what the fuck?
Whatever you need, man. I got you.
I remember he always had a guy for he's like, "You need a tool,
I got
man?
a guy.
Got that tool." He'd show up with the most random shit sometimes for a job. I was like, "Did you rent it?" No, he didn't rent it. He just knows a guy with a tool. There's blood on it, and you're like, "What the fuck? Why does Sawzall have blood all over it? That's weird." Whatever.
It's like, look, do you
We're
want the
gonna
tool or not? Do you want,
Yeah,
do you want the tool or
exactly.
not?
You want this or not? Don't ask too
I'll
many
take it
questions.
back. I'll fucking take it back. Listen, you don't have to have this tool right now. Shit.
He's like, there's children in Africa that would kill for this tool.
Now that we're off that little bomb topic, I have a question for you guys. And
Yes.
I was wondering, because I was thinking about this the other day. So, you're stuck, in Bureau County, right? So
Okay.
you can't, there's not a... Basically, I'm thinking about people that are there right now. You're stuck in Bureau County. What do you do for work? you can be a farmer, you can work in a factory, you can work like what, like service gigs, right?
I have
Like,
one
what
answer
would you be happy with that?
for
Like,
you.
I think I would, but I wouldn't be like, I'm happier now that I'm out, but out of Bureau County. But like, would I be happy if I was there? I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted me to move back.
Same.
I just don't have any use for that place, if that makes sense. Like some like I'm not gonna dog on the people that are there because like they're my friends and shit, right? But
Yeah.
you can see when people start to get adapted to a place and that they'll never leave. Like Mark, your family, your mom and dad. You said it last podcast. They never wanted to leave that house. They never wanted to leave the farm. That's home, right?
Hmm.
But it's like some people, they need to kind of spread their wings and get out of, you know, get out of Dodge and
Yeah.
go see what the world's about. All of us here have done that. I've been to Germany. I've been to Spain. I've been all over the world. Mark, you've been to Japan, Germany. Jed, you've been to Germany. You moved out of Illinois. As far as like if I would be happy there, I I would have to take on a role. I would have to take on like a responsibility in the community in order to be like I couldn't just like sit in stalemate. you'd run into the president, like there at his ranch, and then like the president would just be like, "Hey, what's up?" And then just like be gone, and then like you'd run into all these top actors. It was just like the clubhouse for all these people, and it was just like unlimited drugs, unlimited whatever the fuck you wanted to do. It was very laissez-faire, and like he would.
Shit.
He
Blase.
would
Oh, so this was like kind of like Epstein's Island, but for not pedophiles.
but there wasn't little kids. Yes.
Cool.
I don't think he allowed that, but he would always be on some kind of inebriant. He would always be fucked up, and then like fucking he was like Johnny Depp's best friend, really. Like they'd always fucking hang out, and then but yeah, and then one day he just fucking took a fucking gun to the fucking head. He was just like. He was like, he said something along the lines of like, I would hate this world if I knew I couldn't take my own life, or something like that. Or he said, let me find the quote.
Copy.
But yeah, dude, Hunter S. Thompson, crazy motherfucker. Yeah, found the quote that Hunter S. Thompson had said. He said, I would feel real trapped in this life if I didn't know I could commit suicide at any time. That's just like type of guy he was, I guess. He was a wildcat.
And then
You guys should and then he did it.
like right after he made the quote, or did you give it some time?
What?
Like right after he said it, or did he like?
No. This was Yeah, this was like a while back before.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, you guys should look into the Hunter S. Thompson shit. He did a lot of great shit, a lot of great work. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a note and everything.
Have you guys seen Fear and Loathing?
Most of it.
Most of it.
I've
Johnny
seen
Depp's
clips.
character.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's character is actually he's playing like the real life Hunter S. Thompson. That's how he acted all the time. Was like, oh, there's bats. Like fucking just weirded out, like that weird fucking dude. Like that's him. Interesting guy. Look that up.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very interesting.
I know like that whole Fear and Loathing was supposed to be some acid trip or something that Hunter S. Thompson went on, right?
Hell, it was like a whole
he wrote
weekend of like
book or a
crazy
movie
amounts
about
of
it.
drugs.
Yeah. Just something nuts.
Degenerate.
Real life is like based on a real life story. So that's, I mean, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, very strange.
Dude's a pretty cool guy.
You guys like? So I think it was really funny. I saw this on iPhone the other day, but it made a lot of sense. So like, D.A.R.E. You guys remember D.A.R.E?
Yeah, the drug program, right?
Drugs
Isn't it like super funny that like
really expensive.
they went into like 5th grade classrooms and talked to these kids that knew nothing about drugs and told them everything they needed to know about drugs. Like, you better stay away from this part of town because that's where they're going to try to sell you drugs, and they're going to try to sell you these drugs for this amount of money. It's like, so you tell me I need to go to South Street in that town with $20 and then I'll be good? You better stay away from that guy with the trench coat. I'm like, oh, so that's who I got to talk to. Okay, thanks.
It's like
what?
It's like every kid's dream too. It's like they're just hearing like magical shit. It's like, well, what are mushrooms? What happens with mushrooms? What are you talking about? What's LSD? Oh, you see like these elephants and they're fucking huge, and then you get these dragons coming in and they're breathing fire all over your room, and it's like, oh, fucking cool. Like that sounds fucking amazing.
And you'll hate it. You'll hate every second of it. It'll be
bad.
Yeah. Oh,
no. Like, will I? Wait a second. Will I? No. Do you guys remember the Dave Chappelle sketch where he's the crackhead that shows up to the classroom and he's doing that whole fucking kids, see the markers? That's drugs in there. You just take it off and sniff it. See, that's bad. Everybody knows you can go down to 5th Street, see Leroy. He's got $5 get a whole bunch of acid. It's fucking awful.
I didn't see
But
that.
that's
see that.
literally how it goes though. Like the sketch is like Tyrone Biggums or whatever, and it's like drug talk to kids or whatever. Look it up, everybody. It's a great sketch. Dave Chappelle is a fucking comical genius. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Jed, because I remember we were sitting in high school whenever Spice became a thing. You guys remember that? Like that K2, that fake synthetic weed shit became a thing? They brought it out. They had a big old bag of it, and they said, "This is what it looks like. Like, this is bad." Everybody's like, "Really? Okay, it's bad. Tell me what's bad about it." And they're like, "It'll get you high and you'll feel good."
No,
It's like Dewey Cox.
Yeah,
That's like
it was
Dewey
actually
Cox.
like worse than marijuana. Not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I know. It's like they were like, it'll give you seizures or whatever, and it's like taking meth or whatever they would say, and Jesus Christ, man, it was ridiculous. And they're like, they have goofy names like Tiger Blood and Gene Simmons tongue or whatever. Like it would be like ridiculous stuff. It's like rock and roll all night, because if you take it, you'll be up all night. And it was like,
I got a lot of
Sounds
studying
like
to do.
meth.
Staying up all night might be good for me.
Yeah, I got a lot of studying to do. I don't know. Like, no, it was really crazy though, because then they brought out all those synthetic weed shit, and then they brought out the synthetic coke, like the bath salts, and then they were like, "Don't do these. This'll really get you fucked up." It was like, what's going on here? Like, I'm really confused right now.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd never heard of any of that shit until like they brought it up. It's like,
Yeah.
Big facts.
I feel like that's like a psyop. I feel like that's like a secret. Like the government's like, yeah, how do we get these fuckers? Like, how do we get these losers to take this shit? We just introduce it right in their face. Let's set up this thing called D.A.R.E. because we fucking dare you. Like, fuck it.
We know American kids are not pussies. They'll do.
It isn't a Native American quality to want to do things that people tell you can't do. You can't do drugs. Well, fuck you. I'm going to do them just to show you that I can. And then you're a dumb F.
And then they got their own little guinea pigs.
Yep.
They made their own little guinea pigs, and they that's how they do them.
We let them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Here's the exact quote. I remember the police officer said it just like this. Can't remember exactly who it was. It might have been Hall. I'll say it's Hall.
It might have been.
It might have been him. He said, I quote, "You can't get it at the 7-Eleven, or like, not 7-Eleven. You can't get it at the Quickie Stop in Princeton anymore, but they're selling it all over Kewanee, and you need to stay away." It was exactly like that. I was like, did he just tell us exactly where to get it? Like, this is ridiculous. And if you buy two,
if he did,
you'll get a discount if you buy 2 40s and 2 bags. It's like, well.
Yeah, it's kind of convenient how they knew exactly where it was being distributed too. It's like, why aren't you taking care of that area?
Right?
Yeah.
Did they like corner the market so they could like post it in that one area, and then they're like, you better stay away from that one area or else.
Right?
So strange.
I mean, it kind of does make you wonder about like who's really pulling the strings, running the shots on this shit. Like, because like the Barry Seal thing for the CIA with the smuggling and importing of drugs, it's like, okay, so the CIA was doing that. Why wouldn't they be trying to set up shit like that? Like, oh, makes you wonder.
You got some questions? We ain't got answers.
We ain't got the answers. But you ain't gonna get them.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like, I've seen 2 or 3 people that have like tweeted out or like made some kind of social media statement of like, they'll like start talking shit about the Clintons, and then they'll end the statement with, "By the way, I'm not suicidal, and at this time have no plans of killing myself." And it's like, It's funny that they're actually putting that on there, because like we know that the Clintons kill people. Everybody
Dude,
knows.
that's what's so fucking insane is like, and I'm just waiting, like, because you know how Trump was like, yeah, because you'd be in jail. It's like, I'm still waiting. When's
That
she
was a
gonna be in
sick
jail?
burn.
I guess like in 11 months she gets her trial or some shit.
Yeah.
When's her like trial?
I have no idea.
I'm ready, dude.
I knew
I'm so
something
sick
was
of this
going
shit.
on.
Whatever
but
happened with the whole Epstein shit? You know,
Yeah, kind of got
That's
swept
still
under the
going
sex
to
rug.
the
ring.
ringer, actually. Yeah, that lady is under some sort of like protection.
Yeah, she's
Next
under
to
like a
that,
protection order. It's
yeah,
like next year, Elaine Maxwell, she gets her like thing, as well as Hillary Clinton. So it's like,
Why next year? Why not now?
I
Why
know,
not
right?
now?
Like the year is too fragile. This is too fragile of a year that they need to like get their shit together and make it happen right now because we aren't guaranteed tomorrow, motherfuckers. Like I'm
Right?
waiting for bombs to drop next week. Like shit.
Right? Like it could go off at any time. It's a powder keg.
Yeah.
The gender reveal showed
Speaking
us
of
that
bombs
much.
to drop. Speaking of bombs to drop, North Korea a couple days ago with their
Yeah.
military parade and their fucking
yeah.
ballistic intercontinental ballistic missile, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That
I
was
don't know why they would parade that around, but they did.
what'd they say? This is coming from like top generals. They were like, any weak country has a military parade, is basically what they've always said. But at the same time, yeah, they're really proud of that thing. And this time, all the evidence, I don't know how much evidence there is, like, because we don't get a lot from them, but it's legit. Like it's a real missile that we should be worried about now. And I was like, oh my god. All I thought was like, we didn't take care of this problem before. Now we're gonna have to negotiate with these people the
Well,
rest of our lives, so they don't shoot
no.
us.
Fuck
Like,
no. All we have to do is be like, do you guys want food? Okay, then shut up. Like that's literally we give them all their food. Plus, if you listen to them, first off, all right, like what you just said. You said like any small country has to parade out like, look at our weapons. Do you see the US doing that ever?
No.
No. Because you know why? We don't need to. We got word of mouth, okay? Motherfuckers know that we got shit.
Yeah.
And we don't need to show our shit. What they did was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like they literally showed us what they have, where everything's at on it. Like, all right.
What's
Plus,
funny
if you
about
listen,
America is
I
that,
don't
like,
think it's, I don't think it's a threat. One second, Jed. I don't think it's a
Yeah.
threat. Like, I'm not worried about North Korea because number one, we could just literally be like, do you guys want to starve or do you guys want food? And then number two, if you listen to his like speech in his military parading thing, he was talking about good wishes to the South. So it sounds to me like and he said something like I forget the exact words, of course, but he said something along the lines of we wish the South a speedy recovery on COVID, and we extend our hand to them in the days when we can unite or something or some shit like that. Like he was basically like peaceful talks. And so it's like, okay, if he's not being a fucking complete dictator, then I don't know.
Wait. So he's
Maybe
okay
there's hope.
now?
Maybe there's hope. I don't know.
complete
Yeah,
dick.
I guess he's okay now. I don't know.
Interesting. But what I was gonna say was it's funny is like we don't really talk about any of the shit we have. People just kind of find out about it. Even like so much of like Area 51, like you guys know where Area 51 is, right?
Yeah, out
Yeah.
there in
Yeah.
20 years ago, did anybody know where Area 51 was?
Actually, yeah, they did. Bob Lazar.
Oh, you're right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like,
There
like
was
nobody
there
took
was
that
a
guy
small group
seriously.
of people, I think.
Nobody
with
took
Yeah,
that-
back then they didn't take him seriously.
Exactly. But like, yeah, we all know that there's a secret military base that we cannot go inside of, and like when that whole thing kind of popped off with like raid Area 51, the government like went out saying like this is a secret military, this is like a secure military base. Do not cross the line. And there was even a couple people that did, and they got shot at, right?
They
Like
did.
like
Did they? I
Yeah.
didn't think anybody actually had the balls to like
Yeah, there was a couple people that did.
They just wanted their name in history or something,
something like
which
that.
you
But
still
yeah,
never
like
get.
I think got shot at Area 51.
so like they don't
Like,
know what
yeah.
what we're actually using right now very well, and they know that we have other stuff that nobody knows about. So like yeah, on the other side of like North Korea showing like, hey, look at this awesome new bomb we just made. We're over here like, nice. I'm gonna go back in this
Yeah.
dark room and work on what I'm working on. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it. And it's like we don't even know.
Exactly.
For all I care, we have a freaking tungsten rod launcher that'll just decimate cities by launching rods at the freaking Earth super fast, and like laser guns.
We
on
have the
dolphins' heads.
testosterone zapper.
Oh yeah.
It just zaps all testosterone from all males on the battlefield, and then they start, crocheting.
Hey, fuck you. I crochet.
Oh my god.
Of course you do,
would.
Jed.
You would.
Very relaxing.
Yeah. My uncle Bob, he worked there at Area 51 back in like the 60s.
What?
Bullshit.
We
Yeah.
haven't talked about this before?
No, I'm not even fucking with you, dude.
Bullshit.
You can
Where's
say
the-
bullshit all
Where's
you
the
want, Jed.
proof? Where's the proof?
Elaborate.
I can't say shit. What do you want? Like, I can tell you, yeah, he worked there. I can tell
That's
you
it.
he still lives in. I can tell you he still lives in Las Vegas.
Can we get him on the
I can
podcast?
tell you.
Should we get him on the podcast?
I don't know how much he would or could say if we got him on the podcast.
I wouldn't
if we
mind
got
if
him on
you
the
just came in and
podcast,
said, yes, I worked there.
I don't want him on the podcast because I don't want him to accidentally say some shit and then blame it on some little dinky rinky ass podcast that hasn't made it off the ground completely.
Hey, think about it though. Think about it. We have like, exclusive interview with men who actually worked at Area 51. The truth behind the lies.
Yeah, but it would just be clickbait because he'd get on here and he'd be like, "Yeah, I worked there," and then we'd be asking him questions. He'd be like, "Yeah, I can't tell you."
Yep, it was really cool sitting at the gate, working there really hard at the gate.
Right?
Cars came in and cars came out. I was just sitting there at the gate.
I imagine it's so like compartmentalized,
It is.
Yeah.
I can.
That's kind of like what Bob Lazar was saying, right? It's
Yeah.
like everything's very.
Very.
You don't know what other people are doing.
It's like every door has a freaking keypad that like only certain people can get into, so nobody knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I can tell you he worked on electrical. That's what I can tell you. He was an
Like electrician.
That's what he can tell you.
a very advanced electrician. Yes, Jed.
So not like
That's what I
not
can
like
say.
a house. Gotcha.
Not exactly a house, no, Jed. Yeah.
He's just coming out with it. You know what?
Hold on. You know what?
He's pussyfooting around it. He literally built the Cessna. Or
The what?
Cessna.
Cessna is a private plane. Like anybody could buy a Cessna.
Yeah, he built that
Yeah,
before.
he built
Hey
that.
man, thanks Layne's uncle. Appreciate it. That's a pretty sick plane.
Shit. I met him when right before I got into the Air Force, and he was in the Air Force actually.
Ooh.
So I met him at his Las Vegas home, and he was kind of a weird dude, to be honest. Like at the start, like he wanted to like he was like rushing to show me these rocks collected. He was like, "Here, look at this rock. Feel this rock." Like he just had this like geo collection up in his office, and then like
those were rocks from other fucking planets. I'm telling you that right
Dude,
fucking now. There's no
I
way-
was thinking that. I was like, dude,
bro,
what?
no shit. Those were from like Mars, the Moon, Jupiter,
He
Venus.
was like just showing me these rocks, and I was just like, okay, cool, feeling them, you know. And he had the aircraft picture of what he worked on. I'm not gonna tell you guys. It was kind of stealthy, I can say that. But he had like
Cool.
the photo of it in his office in the background. And
I feel like he can. I feel like that's the kind of shit that's not supposed to leave the base. You know, that's the kind of shit that you don't take that home to work on. You just
he never took it home to work on. He
Yeah,
had
but
a photo, not like an actual photo he took, but like a, picture type of deal.
it's
You know,
evidence,
like one of
bro.
those
It's
like
evidence. Is what
artwork.
I'm saying it's evidence.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it's evidence. I'm not getting into it, dude.
Well, like think about it, somebody finds out he's been working on that project, they break into his house, they steal the photo, and now they got technical drawings or something.
It's not that kind of photo, Jed.
I get it, but like still.
It's a photo that you could probably pull up. There.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
sure.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Anyways.
I think I know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
but
It'd
he
be so funny. Layne's pussyfooting around it, like it's a this photo, it's a photo, and then it's really just like one of those pinup girls with like a plane in the background.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cessna. It's a Cessna in the background. It's a pinup girl. I love that. That's great.
But yeah, he was a cool dude.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting. Speaking of like life on other planets and stuff, aliens. Recently, some researchers found evidence in some old like 1978 probe data from Venus. Evidence of phosphates or phosphine. Anyway, it's like this gas that's not naturally created. It has to, like, usually like they can detect it from like sewage plants. Usually create some of it with all that like microorganisms and stuff. But yeah, so it's really like debated right now, and obviously it's from 40 years ago, and it wasn't like this probe wasn't made to find it. It was just kind of like also found, so they don't know how accurate it is. But like a lot of people are like, if that gas really is on Venus, then something else is on Venus. Like it's probably just, microorganisms at the beginning of life. But, that's something. That's something, that's the beginning.
How close is Venus to the sun compared to how close the Earth is to the sun? It's further away, yeah.
I know that Venus is the closest planet to us. And it's
I thought that
closer.
was Mars.
No, actually, Venus is even closer. I think
Really?
Oh, so it's closer to the sun, you said, right?
it's either that Venus is closer to us in like size and characteristics than Mars, or it's closer to us physically in space than Mars. Not sure which one, but it's one of them.
Okay.
I think the reason that everybody's talking about going to Mars is because it's less hostile of a planet. Because like Venus has a really bad atmosphere, very toxic atmosphere, whereas Mars is less toxic. It's survivable with oxygen packs. But like, I think
Do you guys think like we'll be the aliens finding other aliens
well,
and
obviously,
not be found by other aliens?
well, I mean, think about like Venus, for instance. If Venus, starts to like create life, what are we gonna do? We'll go over and grab some and come back and study it, and then we'll, watch it and keep watching it like grow up and evolve.
Have
And then
you guys heard the story of like the Anunnaki?
what?
I've heard a little bit
Have
about
you
that.
heard?
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with no.
so
on this
like
one.
apparently, it's been a while, but apparently like the story of the Anunnaki is like you had these gods, like these lizard people, and they're the Anunnaki, right? And like what they want is gold, right? That's why like we had the gold standard for a while, and then now it's just like whatever the fuck you want standard. It's like blah blah blah. But like basically they wanted gold because um something about their atmosphere was going bad, and in order to deflect the radiation out of their atmosphere, they would use gold. And that's actually been tested and proved like that's possible. So, anyways, they created man. There was a like a subspecies, right? And so the subspecies was basically very slave-like, right? So they weren't you had like the slaves and then you had like the gods, the Anunnaki, right? And then so like the slaves were like very okay, yes, just mining, doing whatever the fuck, mining for gold, slaving away. And then I think I think how it was like the gods mated with some slaves and then they created us. And so like the whole thing got fucked, right? Because now we didn't have a slave mentality, we had like a semi heightened uh fucking mentality. Like we have like a higher IQ intelligence, right? And then so like but we still have that slave like mentality and so we're still mining for gold. So we're like you know how like the we had the gold standard and shit. Well, like
Yeah.
apparently we've already like you know when that went away is apparently because we literally have all the gold that's on Earth, and now it's just like they've kind of like left. They're like, all right, we're at one point we're gonna take the rest of your gold, and then whatever happens to your fucking planet is on you guys. Like we don't give a shit. We just came here for the gold. We need to save our atmosphere. And then like so like obviously this is some crazy shit, but like so now it's very like up in the air. Like what are we basing our currency off of? Shit like that because we're not basing it off of gold anymore.
Hmm.
We like the gold standard's gone, so it's like I don't know. That's
If we
like
go
that.
back
That's
to the
the
gold standard, though,
Anunnaki thing.
America's pretty well off, right? They have the most amount of gold, I thought.
I don't
I
think
could be.
I think
They have, like the
the UK
reserve.
does. Like the
Oh, really?
Queen, she has like the bank of she has like a bank filled with gold, like to the just gold bricks. I forget
Well,
what
I
the
know
bank is
there's
called.
a
Uh,
The
like
Royal Blend,
with
the Royal
with all
Bank.
the gold that we have now in the world, it only fills up like Olympic-sized swimming pool or whatever. Did
No
you know?
way, dude.
Yeah, something like that.
no, that doesn't make any sense.
Like pure.
Yeah, that really doesn't make sense. I've seen more gold in movies than that.
Yeah, but that's not real gold, probably.
Yeah, movies are like, you know what? Just movies are a reference for everything. I'll handle that. Like that's okay with me. You know what? I'm never living on an Elm Street. I'm never gonna go to some sleepaway camp,
I
and
did.
I'm not fucking around on Friday the 13th.
I literally went to a sleepaway camp on like Friday the 13th of October, like right outside of Tiscawa, and like it had a lake and everything. And
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
yep,
yeah.
yep. And I was the kid that snuck out of my fucking like little camp. Like they had like little almost like little dorms, you know, it was like little wooden
Yep.
cabins where like 8 people could sleep together. I literally snuck out, took some sticks and like scraped it along the window of the girls' camp. It was pretty funny. The screams were hilarious.
Jed, a little savage. That's awesome. All right, what were we saying? What's going on?
I don't know. I was talking about the Anunnaki.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You guys know like David Icke, that
No,
guy, David Icke. He's like
no,
this like British, or is he British?
I don't know.
I think
Maybe,
he's British, but he's like a
maybe.
huge conspiracy theorist guy. He was talking about how the Anunnaki just like feed off of like our fear and shit, and they're like basically they're people in um like government powers and shit that are like
Yeah,
actually like lizard people and
look at
shit. Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, that would make sense though. Like back in the olden days, ye olden times, like when the royal
Ye
families,
Elden.
like when all the royal families tried to like keep it within the royal families, you know, they're like, ooh, like even when it came
Yeah.
to like slight incest, they'd try to keep it within the family because you know keeping that bloodline pure kind of makes sense a little bit.
Egypt was like slight incest. That's awful. You just go full on. That's your brother. Do it.
Right.
Oh my god, that's so
Speaking of Egypt, every time I think of Egypt, I think of pyramids. Every time I think of pyramids, I like to remind myself and those around me that the seventh tallest pyramid, seventh biggest pyramid in the entire world is a Bass Pro Shop.
What?
The seventh largest pyramid in the world is a Bass Pro Shop.
Where's that at?
I want to say Tennessee, but I'll double check.
They built the building into a pyramid, or
Yeah, no. Like literally just Google Bass Pro Pyramid.
Okay.
And you'll see it. It's like a huge fucking pyramid. And it is in Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice.
Strange.
And it is the seventh largest pyramid in the world. It's fucking huge.
You figure with all this modern technology, you would go big or go home, right?
Right? Like, I mean, if you have the ability to make a pyramid, you got to.
Well, they still don't know how they made the pyramids in ancient Egypt, like because each slab was like 100 tons or some shit.
Yeah, they don't know like with their technology. Yeah, that's.
And they made.
I'll tell you how they did it. Slaves.
What? Like,
it's hard to make that argument though. That would have to have been just years and years and years and years.
I don't think there's enough Jewish people.
I feel like, you know,
not anymore.
A guy that starts out when he's like 18, he's like, I'm gonna make these pyramids.
Yeah,
and
no
then, like,
shit.
He's like worked his whole life and it's still not done. I feel like I would question my whole fucking existence. I'd be like, man, why the fuck are we making this goddamn thing, man? I've been slaving away.
Just
over here making this goddamn
years. Fuck this shit.
It is interesting though. The Great Pyramids, the Sphinx, and other huge monuments all line up perfectly with like equinoxes and like the fucking like our ancestors used to be so in tune with the constellation. Astronomy was huge.
The Mayan pyramids in Mexico.
You gotta do something.
Yeah. There was shit. What? I forget what pyramid it was or like temple or whatever. But it also aligned with it with the snake steps. There was like snake steps that led up, and then like if on the equinox or some shit, the shadow would hit this temple perfectly, and it would make the shape of a snake going up the pyramid.
Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. There's a different pyramid, also kind of like that with like the like the big steps and then like little steps in the middle for like people to actually walk up, and like a little temple on top. But this one, if you
down in South America, is that what you're
South America, Central America, one of the two.
Yeah.
But basically, it used to be all four sides, but now it's only two sides. When you clap at the base of the pyramid, when the sound gets to the top of the pyramid, it makes like a bird tweet. That sounds just like a bird that tweets in the area around the temple, like the pyramid or whatever. And like it used to be all four sides, but now it's only like two of them or something because I guess stuff changes over time. But yeah, he claps at the bottom of the pyramid and it goes like. It's really cool. It's super cool.
So what you're saying is most likely it's not a coincidence. It's like a engineering.
Yeah, it's like designed acoustics to sound like a bird.
That is fucking awesome.
When you clap.
Oh yeah, dude. These people were intelligent beyond our knowledge. Yes.
Yeah, I mean the Mayan calendar predicted like equinoxes and eclipses like for thousands of years.
Have you heard the how they were like, oh, the fucking Mayan calendar predicted the end of the world and it never happened. Well, you know about the CERN, the particle accelerator and shit, and how like scientists around that time were like, I'm not sure if we should do this because it could create a whole new universe, and people were like, man, what the fuck out of here with that shit. And then like that's when we all started to see, well, I don't know if you guys have looked into the what's it called? What's the word?
I don't know.
It's like a God damn it. It's a Mandela Effect. The Mandela Effect. You guys have you guys seen that? Shit
I've
with like
I've
the
heard a little bit
Berenstain
about it, yeah.
Bears and shit, and like Luke, I'm your father, like Star Wars shit, like shit that we know for sure happened, shit that we remember in our heads, but now it's changed, like different logos, shit like that, like where you can't find the old logos if you Google it for the life of you. It's always been like this new weird logo its whole life, like
Yeah.
weird shit, um, different
I don't
spellings
know.
for different shit.
I feel like a lot of that comes
Anyways,
back to just how like word of mouth changes things, you know? Like somebody saw the movie and then somebody else saw the movie and then they tried to quote it back to each other and then somebody eventually said it wrong and then it got like repeated wrong too many times, you know?
Yeah,
that's
totally
one
game.
big game of fucked up telephone, Jed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
know. I
too much of
understand
a
that.
coincidence.
The
That's
entire world is telephone bullshit.
yeah. I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, that's like um what they were saying with like the Mayan calendar is that like no they actually predicted something that actually happened. But I think they were off because um when did they do that in like 2011? 2012 was supposed to be the like the oh it's the end of the world, but I think they fired up CERN in like 2011.
No,
I
I
want to
think
say.
I saw the same theory that you're talking about and actually I think CERN was like 2009 or 2007. But I think somebody made the rationale that if Augustus and Julius Caesar hadn't added months to the calendar, it would have lined up right.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think that was like the
Yeah, I could see
rationale.
how
But
that could fuck it up.
the thing about a good conspiracy theory is that it's too believable.
Yeah. Shit.
So you're like, that makes a little bit too much sense. Oh, I hate that it makes so much sense. You know?
What would you guys do if you won the lottery? Like the first week, what would you do? You won. You know what? I'm not even gonna say the lottery, which is like what, 14 million? What if you won $1 billion? What would you do the first week? Like what would your yeah, what would your first reaction be for the first
Um,
week? What would you do?
First off, I wouldn't tell fucking anybody. I'd keep that shit to myself. Because you
I
know,
guess.
as soon as people know you have $1 billion, everybody's your friend. Everybody's your bestest friend.
Yep.
So I first of all, I'll keep
Um,
myself.
then
Secondly,
what?
I wouldn't pay off a single one of my debts. I would put all of the money into like some kind of investment portfolio where like 75% of it was very low risk, and then I'd take the other like $250 million and just start just being stupid with it, you know?
So you would put it in a mutual index fund, and then the rest you would just fucking blow on hookers and blow.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, but like I'd buy some stupid house that I don't really need that's way bigger than I want, than I need from like my needs and shit. I would pay off like all my bills for like the next, however many years. And then I would just like disappear. I'd start like traveling around a lot, you know? Probably quit my job first of all. Whatever. Got $250 million I need to blow before I even start touching my savings at this point. And yeah, just travel around.
And you haven't paid any of your debts off? I love that.
Well, no, because for me,
fucking buying random shit
well,
and
no,
just
think about
not paying off debts. This is great.
like I'm not like no, I'm paying off my debts, but paying off my debts not all at once. You know, I'm making the payments.
So they can collect interest off of you? So they can keep collecting interest off of you? I'm confused. Why don't you just pay it off?
So I can keep building my credit.
Ah.
Because it doesn't matter if
you
have
don't
$1
need
million,
credit.
it's $500.
Why don't you build your credit with your actual ratio, your debt to income ratio, like your actual, like why don't you start a business? Here's what I would do.
Okay, yeah, tell me what you would do.
Okay, so I wouldn't tell anybody, like what Jed said, because that's smart. I would help out my parents. Like I'd put them in a really nice, cushy house. I would help out my friends, those closest to me, and then I would invest. And then I would invest in like tech companies, and then and I would spend it on maybe a startup business. I'm not sure in what. I'd sit on the money for a little bit. I wouldn't just like emotionally react and spend the money like most people would. I would like let it just sit for just a little bit. I'd probably buy gold with it too.
Big facts.
I get you. I would. First of all, I'm gonna not tell anybody. That's the smartest idea. Like, you guys are all fucking geniuses whenever it comes to that, right? Don't tell a damn soul. And then I would do like ridiculous things.
was helping me with my budget the other day, and she asked me why my checks were so low. Because I told her how much I made, like per hour, how many hours I worked a week, and she calculated how much I should make, and then I showed her my check stubs, and she's like, "Wow, you're making a lot less than you should."
Taxes.
Well, not only taxes, I have my 401k takes out a lot of money. Like, I put a lot of money in my 401k with every check because I'm okay struggling now. I don't want to struggle when I'm old. I can struggle
Well,
now.
Even if
I
you
can
have
do DoorDash on the weekends
401,
now. That's not a problem. I got the time. I got the energy. I don't want to struggle when I'm old.
Yeah. I understand that entirely. My mom's kind of a ditz, but like one thing she kind of hammered into me and my brothers and everything is like financial security for the future. So save your pennies, you know.
Well, don't save your
Yeah.
pennies. There's like a nationwide coin shortage. So like, don't save your pennies.
Yeah.
But
That's
like, start a bank account and save money in the bank account electronically.
What were you gonna say there, Layne? It seems like you wanted to chime in.
Oh, it's funny that the term 401k is still like used because even if you have $401,000 for retirement, it's not enough. It's like we should raise that shit to like an 801k or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that it's still at 401, it's like you think you're gonna be better off with that. Like, you should probably put more into it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know who's in charge of changing the name, but they need to change the name to like
Right.
801k or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's still 401k, except now it's 401k. I guess it'd be 401k
Plus.
mil. It should just be like 401m. My 401b.
Platinum edition.
Chrome edition.
Yeah.
Gold card.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a gold card? Like an actual gold card?
Shit.
I don't know. It'd be pretty heavy. I wouldn't want to drop it either. Ship it out.
Not like a card made out of gold, like an American Express gold card.
Oh, I
No,
literally
dude.
thought you meant fucking card made out of gold.
Yeah, I understand that now.
The way that you said it. You're like, wouldn't that be cool to actually have a gold card? I was like, no, I don't see that being any.
What the fuck am I gonna do with the gold card, huh? It's gonna bend in my fucking pocket. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. If you're gonna have a gold card, you're gonna make it into like. You can't just have a gold card, right? It just can't be like a gold ace of spades or something. It has to be like a gold fucking,
Card?
I don't know, like a gold Yu-Gi-Oh card, right? And you're like, yeah. Like at least you could like have some flair on it whenever you throw it down.
I mean, actually, I have one of those gold Pokemon card things from Burger King.
Yeah, dude. See, and then you got some flair.
I don't
You know
think it's
the,
actually gold though.
The tech company Razr, they make like computer shit, like,
Yeah.
or yeah, they actually made a card that like lights up and shit, like a credit card that like will light up.
Cool.
And it
Hey,
actually
man,
looks
gamer
badass, but I don't know how they do
chroma,
it.
man. Gotta have that chroma on everything.
Really?
Everything's gotta be chroma.
Yeah.
Shit. Like, damn, I could like thinking about it. It's just thinking like,
What powers it? That's my
what?
question.
Yeah, what could power it? Yeah.
Maybe the swipe, but I don't know what all goes into the swipe process, or like when
Add
you plug the chip
electricity?
in.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought it was all magnetic.
Yeah.
But either way, could a magnet light up? I don't know.
I don't know.
pulls on the right things.
I'm no fucking magician. No.
Dude, it
Science
runs
is
off your
magic to me.
energy, bro. It runs off your energy.
These crystals here, man. These crystals, you just rub them all over your body and you're cured of any disease.
Do you guys
Do I
ever
also smell like dog shit like you?
do you guys ever feel bad for those people that like set up shop, like they set up stands and they're selling like crystals and shit? It's like no one's buying this. It's 2020. Like, do you guys ever like look at them and be like, how are you operating this still? Like, I feel so you're not with the times. You're not really. You're better off
I know what you're
selling.
talking about. Yeah. Actually, I've seen some of those people walk away with some nice checks at the end of the, what, Renaissance fair, right?
Yeah, it would have to be
You just got to know the
location,
market.
location, location.
Just
Of
got to
course.
find a little market, you know.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those places, like I've discovered, is like we sell crystals in the front and we sell crystal meth in the back. Like,
Right.
those kind of things. It's like, why are you so in tune with these crystals? It's because I have this half pound of Kush here. You also have to buy this to feel these crystals like I do. Like, come
There
on
you
now.
go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, but those girls that are selling those crystals are always the coolest girls, hands down. Like I can't lie about that at least. They're the coolest chicks. They're
very
like
chill, very
they're
mellow.
they're super chill. They got way too much leg hair for
Big
any
bags.
person.
No cap.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. They probably can't out hair O'Donohue.
Yeah,
Well, nobody can.
that's
Nobody can.
wow.
Jesus Christ. Those kids came out the womb with full beards.
Big facts.
They just look like Simpsons characters.
No, but
Little bit.
well, Timmy, man, Tim's my boy. I want to have him on the
Timmy.
show. He just told me him and his new crew of bandmates or whatever. They're releasing their EP, or they just dropped their EP album. That's really cool.
Very
I'm
cool.
happy
Very
for
cool.
them. He's my bro. We were talking about that whole money thing. Me and Tim made a pact. The first one of us to hit $1 million has to buy the other one a Lamborghini. So that's our thing.
That's it?
Uh,
$1 million?
Yeah, just $1 million. I'd have to buy him a Lamborghini.
Well, then you're not gonna have a lot of money left.
Yeah,
like,
I'm fucked.
like a new Lamborghini.
No, I'm gonna buy the shittiest Lamborghini I
I
can
was gonna say,
find.
like,
Save.
I feel like most Lamborghinis are over a mil at this point.
And I'm gonna fuck him over like by making it like hot pink or something. He'd be like, "Fuck it, I still got a Lambo."
I mean, I wouldn't turn down a hot pink Lambo.
I wouldn't turn down any fucking Lambo.
Exactly.
You could paint it shit brown, and I'd fucking take it.
Would Tim even fit in a Lambo?
That would be the question right there.
Is he that fat now?
No, like
He's
they're
not
just
bad. He's
they're just
huge.
they're just big guys and they're just small cars. Like Nick got a fucking Corvette, like an old Corvette. That's hilarious.
That because
He's built like the fucking mountain. He's like 6'5". It's huge. The man works out.
I always wished he would get into bare knuckle boxing. Nick would be a fucking master.
Very good. Very effective.
Fuck shit up.
Big facts.
Big facts for sure. Well, that
Yeah,
whole family though, like I was like, you know what this family needed? They needed like every single one of them just should have been a fighter of some sort, like boxing, MMA. Like that would have been the best career choice for any of them because they're beasts. Like I don't know what you guys think,
Absolute fucking
but I
units.
think they're all just warriors. It's ridiculous.
I think they're like warriors in a pub. That's
For
how I picture it. Like
fueled by Guinness and Jameson. Yeah.
yeah, like they would beat people up at a pub and get fucked up. But like as far as like outside that, I don't know how skillful they would be. Like,
Dude, I gotta say, like, no jokes aside, like all jokes aside, they're fucking incredible fighters. Like, their old man taught them some shit, and then like, growing up just fucking around as kids and everything.
Yeah.
I got my ass whooped so many goddamn times. I thought I sucked at fighting, and then I went to college and I was like, oh, I'm good, but I was just going against somebody that's so fucking good. I thought I was awful. Is what it was.
Yeah.
I remember me and Logan used to make fun of you because you were like, you know what BV needs? A fucking wrestling team. And we were like, why do you want to roll on the ground with other dudes, you faggot? Like we were just like roasting your ass
Got
so
him.
hard.
That's right. F slur hard. No, but well, I thought that because I was like, I hate basketball because I'm terrible at it. I was like, on basketball season, wrestling season, I should do wrestling. Like, we need a wrestling team here because I need to be physical with other people. Like, any sport it was, like, I could turn it into a physical sport no matter what. Like, I would go balls deep into fucking baseball. I feel like I would tackle somebody.
You could just slide into home plate and fuck
Yeah.
people up.
Throw my shoulder into a fucking catcher's head.
That's very unsportsmanlike.
Mm-hmm. I remember I was the most physical player on the basketball team in junior high. So much so that everybody would be like, well, let's put Mark in. He'll get like 3 fouls in a minute and get kicked out. But that kid will also not be playing the rest of the game because he'll have a broken arm. So,
You were just the pawn.
yes, I was a pawn in a much bigger game of what's that fucking coach? Looks like a good guy. Don't get me wrong, great guy, but he looked like the fucking Penguin from Batman.
Mushy.
Yep.
Love that guy. You know, he made me 8th grade basketball manager.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
Of what? Wait,
Of
boys
the
or
basketball
girls?
team. Boys.
Oh my god,
Because like,
that's a little.
I'd been
Were you
playing.
just bad at basketball?
Well,
He's like,
yes and
you
no.
can be manager.
No, it's like I'd been playing the 2 years prior, and then I really wanted to play 8th grade, but I just couldn't keep up with the running anymore. Like 2 days in, I was like, can't fucking breathe. So I like went out for like whatever, like auditioned or whatever, put my name in the hat for being a manager, and it came down to like there was only like 3 of us. It was like 2 girls and me, and it came down to like he wanted me and one of the girls, and they both said that they would not do it without the other one, and I was like, what the fuck? And, but like they didn't really do anything. They just sat around doing homework, looking at the
Yeah.
guys they liked the whole time. I actually did shit, man.
Giving out water, like
I went and got water. I went and got the balls.
not
I helped
effectively.
run plays, helped them do warm-ups, everything. I was the best
Yeah.
manager they had.
I did a little bit of that. Like, you're like, oh, I'll be a manager for whatever, girls team, and then I can, get basically brownie points for whatever in the school, right?
Yeah.
I did that for like 3 days. I was like, this fucking sucks. Girls are terrible at fucking sports. Fuck this shit. No. No, it wasn't that bad. Like, I just remember it was like a lot of whining at like practice, and I was like, this is awful. I'm tired of this. Like, already. It's been here like 3 days. This is terrible. I feel bad for the coach. I was like, I don't think this is gonna work out, man. He's like, yeah, you seemed a little irritated. Girls' sports aren't for everybody. And this is exactly what he told me. He's like, I have
Girls'
4
sports
daughters. And I
aren't for
still,
guys.
yeah.
That's basically
Girls'
what he
sports
said.
aren't
Like,
for guys.
no
Yeah.
shit.
But yeah, he's like, can I count on you if I need, like, I really need somebody? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help out, whatever. I'll be in the weight gym. This was back in high school or whatever. I was like,
Right.
I'll be there, listen to death metal, throwing weights around, not being effective at all.
Good stuff.
Hell
Honestly, like my class wasn't that, like me and Lane's class wasn't that bad at basketball, like for the area. But honestly, anytime I went to a game, I really just went there to watch Coach Mushy get so mad. He was like strip off his tie, kick off a shoe into the audience, rip off his jacket, roll his sleeves up. He'd get all heated. I'm pretty sure I watched him get like 3 different technical fouls
That
just for
dude's a
yelling and
fuck.
screaming. He was into it, man.
That's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you want from a coach, right? You want them to like be into their team, like have faith in their team, right? Like
Yeah,
he was a
it's
good
not
coach.
like Yeah, he was a great coach. He was one of those guys that really inspired you to like push yourself, especially. Like it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. He wouldn't be like, oh my God, you guys suck. He'd be like, I know you guys can do better than this. You have it in you to be great. You're the best. You're the best of the best. You're the cream of the crop. I know you can do this.
Less Rocky Balboa, but yeah,
Yeah,
he
of
would
course,
he would,
of course,
he would
yeah.
be in there. Yeah.
Be in there.
Oh shit! I remember he was down for doing any sort of like crazy shit on the court too. Like you come up with a play, he's ready to do it. I remember we had twins on our team,
I know exactly what
and
you're
they
talking
were
about.
both starters. They switched jerseys because one kid was just way better than the other, and just like draining threes all night. So they were like double teaming this kid, right? Switched jerseys, and he's draining threes, but he's in his brother's numbers, so they weren't guarding him at first. It's fucking terrible. Oh, we had to forfeit that game. It was sucked.
Well, yeah, because
That was funny.
that's the legal move.
They found out.
Yeah, they found out because their parents, the twins' parents, snitched about it, and I was like, you fuckers.
Come on.
That's funny.
Nothing beats about like junior high basketball stories. Whenever my brother called a kid a terrorist because he wore a turban and got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
Dude,
was there for that.
Dude, that was the Anawan kid. The kid actually wore a turban and shit. Like,
I just think it'd be hard
We-
to play basketball with that. You know, it's not a very aerodynamic headdress right there.
we joked around.
It's gonna fall off.
We joked about the guy making bombs and shit, like as he drained it, right? Like, look at him, he just made that bomb, dude. Like, carrying the bomb across the court and shit.
He was bombing all over the court, just draining bombs.
That was so
my
fucked,
God.
dude.
That
That
was
was-
You
And my
guys are
brother-
the reason that kid got arrested for making a clock. It's you guys' fault. You did it.
Yes, we inspired the terrible teacher to be a racist bitch.
Yep.
Towards
You
the
did it.
clock makers of the world.
All right, guys, that was episode 9. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a good time, had a blast, and
Get Logan on, he can tell the exact story.
oh yeah, we'll do, that's gonna be a multiple hour podcast.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah, had a good time. So until next time, boys. This was episode 9.
Whoa. Hey, you're forgetting something. Don't forget. Subscribe. It's the red button that says subscribe. Click that shit. Click it. You'll be notified when we make new videos. Make sure you ring the bell. Otherwise, it'll just go to your inbox and you won't know about it. Hit the
Yep.
like button. You don't know this, but when you hit that like button, more people see our video. And if more people see our video, I'm not going to have to keep doing this, okay?
I think they got it though, Jed.
No,
Yeah.
they're not done yet.
No,
I'm
it's
not
good.
done yet. Share it with your friends. Copy
Shit.
the link. Share it on Facebook. Share it on Instagram, Snapchat. Tell people about it.
Well, now we just
Random
look
young people
thirsty.
in the street and show it to them.
You just
Just
grabbing
fine.
people out of the streets now.
I care.
Who
Subscribe,
cares?
like, don't forget to comment down below. Tell us what you want to hear about. We'll tell you. We'll talk
Yeah,
about it.
please,
Talk about
please
anything.
comment,
Please comment.
please.
That's the big one. Please comment.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys. Later.
Bye.